25 starting pitchers in 5 minutes. Let's do it. Next on Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. Welcome into FBT in 5. As always, make sure to follow and stream us on Spotify. Today is Thursday, November 11th. I am Frank Stanfield, joined by Scott White. And Scott's 2022 starting pitcher rankings are currently live on CBSSports.com. The top 5, no surprises here. Jacob deGrom up at number 1. Garrett Cole is 2nd. Max Scherzer is 3rd. Corbin Burns is 4th. And Walker Buehler is 5th. But let's move on to 6 through 10. Brandon Woodruff is 6th. Then we have Shane Bieber, Zach Wheeler, Robbie Ray, and Julio Urias. Shane Bieber is someone that stands out, Scott, because he was limited this past season to 16 starts with the right shoulder strain. And then when we saw him return, velocity was down. Why are you so confident in ranking Shane Bieber this high again?
I mean, it was 6 innings at the end of the season where the velocity was a little bit down. Spin rates were quite a bit down. You know, it was his first taste of life after the foreign substance ban. We saw other pitchers adjust to it that were high end like him. I just really think those 6 innings are practically meaningless. The hurried buildup and everything. And so you look at what he did before then. I mean, he had an amazing April where basically every start was double-digit strikeouts. Kind of shaky after that. Gave up the hits were a little higher than we're used to from Shane Bieber. But again, we're talking about a really small sample. Not enough to really take anything from. So you go back to 2020, where he was the best pitcher in baseball. But even go back to 2019 and say that's normal Shane Bieber. 3.28 ERA, 105 WHIP, 10.9 K per 9 over 214 in a third innings. That's a second round caliber pitcher, right? I think if you're ranking him lower than that, you're frankly I don't know, not seeing the complete picture.
11 through 15 in your rankings, you have Sandy Alcantara, Lucas Giolito, Kevin Gausman, Aaron Nola, and Charlie Morton. It was a disappointing season on the surface for Aaron Nola, 4.63 ERA, but all of the underlying numbers say that he was pretty unlucky, Scott.
Yeah. I mean, the home runs and fly balls were both up a little. They weren't it wasn't like night and day difference from previous seasons for Aaron Nola. And that's why he still had a 337 xFIP, a 337 FIP, a 339 xERA, whatever ERA estimator you prefer. They all made Aaron Nola out to be elite still. The strikeout rate, one of his best ever. The walk rate was his best ever. And yet somehow he ended up with this 4.63 ERA. I think it was pretty fluky. I was saying that all season and it never turned around. But, you know, there's enough of a track record for Aaron Nola here. We've seen him bounce back from kind of a shaky season in the past. I think he'll be able to correct whatever small issue was afflicting him and perform like an ace again in 2022.
16 through 20 in the rankings, we have Lance Lynn, Chris Sale, Jack Flaherty, Clayton Kershaw, and Frankie Montas. And Chris Sale, returning from Tommy John surgery, made 9 starts, 3.16 ERA, 1.34 WHIP. Scott, what did you see in those 9 starts from Chris Sale?
I saw a slightly lesser version of Chris Sale, but you know there was still enough there to believe. Okay, he's despite turning 33 next year, despite missing time with Tommy John surgery, you know he's still a high-end pitcher. The velocity was down, but we've seen him pitch at that velocity in the past very successfully. Still, you know, his whole career is just amazing for Chris Sale. So. You know, the starts were a little short, but coming back from Tommy John surgery, that kind of makes sense. We had Nick Pollock of Pitcher List on the Full Length podcast. He pointed out Chris Sale's changeup didn't look quite right. But, you know, again, fresh off Tommy John surgery, these seem like minor quibbles. And next year, well, I don't expect him to be prime Chris Sale. I think he'll be a very high-end pitcher.
21 through 25 in the rankings, we have Max Fried, Jose Barrios, Logan Webb, Freddie Peralta, and Joe Musgrove. Logan Webb's final 14 starts, he had a quality start in 12 of those, and then he was amazing in 2 postseason starts against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Scott, you're buying in on Logan Webb.
Yeah, I am. And the truth is, I've always kind of liked Logan Webb in that low-end sort of way. That's easy to take credit for now, right? Because he just had an amazing finish to the season. But what I saw from Logan Webb, okay, really good ground ball rate, potentially an elite ground ball pitcher, and yet good enough swing and miss stuff, better than you normally see from those extreme ground ball pitchers. And if you can combine those two without walking a batter every other inning, good things are going to happen. I think, the hype of the changeup this past spring that really didn't play out initially for Logan Webb, but as the season went on, we saw him incorporate it more and more effectively. In some starts, it looked like his best pitch. So you add that in with the skills that were already there, and Logan Webb looks like the complete package to me. I'm not sure he's going to be like an elite strikeout pitcher, but clearly there's some bat missing ability here. He's going to have some big strikeout starts. He's going to have more than a strikeout per inning over the course of the season. Goes deep into games. Great supporting cast. Great park. Logan Webb looks really good.
There you have it. 25 starting pitchers in 5 minutes. Kind of. For more extensive fantasy baseball coverage, listen to the Fantasy Baseball Today podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, your smart speakers, or anywhere else podcasts are found. And thanks for listening to Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. We'll be back again on Tuesday morning. Bye-bye.